District 5 is one of the underdeveloped districts in entire New York City, if not maybe in New York State. Our unemployment rate almost close to or maybe more than 8%, where national unemployment rate is about 4%, and it's going down. As you know that every quarterly when you get the job report, there are hundreds of thousands of jobs are getting added. Now, when I become a congressman, and this is a big issue in our district. As you know, we have a congressman there for 20 years, and he is not even in touch with our people. He's not even in touch with the community. He doesn't know what's going on. But yet, he is running for Congress again, and he wants to be a congressman. So what basically I will do when I become a congressman, I want to bring lots of jobs right away. Now, as a technologist, I understand the value of technology. As you know, the 21st century is the era of technology. Now what I want to do is I want to bring a technology park. What is technology park? Technology park is basically a vibrant mixture of Fortune 500 companies, local and international high-tech companies, higher educational institutions. Not only that, I want to include a vocational institute where like a smaller skill jobs like plumbing, electrician jobs, people who are going to school, maybe they're graduating from high school and they're looking for a skill job right away, they want to make money. They can get into those vocational institute and they can get 6 months to 1 year education, some kind of training, and they can start getting those jobs right away. And I want to add one more thing that as you may know, the 30 million jobs in United States, these jobs gives about $55,000 and up yearly salary. It does not require any college degree. Yeah. Now, think about it. Let's say unemployment rate is higher in our district. We have everywhere I go, every location I go to. If Richmond Hill, Haitian community in Almont, I go to South Jamaica, I go to Jamaica, I go to Valley Stream. The biggest problem what we have that our youth are graduating from college, and the complaint what I'm getting that a lot of people are graduating but they're not getting job right away. So this is a big problem. So what I want to do is I want to bring a high-tech park, including a vocational institute that will bring thousands of jobs right away. And also it will train people to get jobs in near future. Also I want to add something, as you may know, that Donald Trump, our current president, he's thinking about getting an infrastructure bill which is $1.5 trillion. Out of that, I think maybe about $200 billion will be spent into research and educational and all. So what I want to do is I want to be a congressman, and I want to go to Washington, and I want to bring every penny available, every federal penny available for our district, where we can add all this educational stuff, and then our youth and our people can get good jobs.
Here's the thing, I mean, and forgive me for saying this, but every so often, whether it's every 2 years or every 4 years, we're always in conversation with someone, if they're running for city council, if they're running for mayor, there's always fingers pointing at the incumbent. Now, let's just say, for example, that you become the newly elected Congress member.
Absolutely.
Every incumbent always says that, and this is actually one of the things that they always, get blamed at, is not bringing down the unemployment rate. So if you become the Congress member, from 8%, where do you see it coming down to?
Well, I mean, it's going to take some time, of course, right? First of all, we have to start somewhere.
Right.
So when I become a congressman, I want to start the action, not the words.
Right.
We have to start a technology park, and I know exactly, I have a plan already, and I have a lot of people who are already in federal level and also other government level or private sector who are working in IT industry. Right. And I'm also a technologist, as I mentioned earlier.
Right, yes.
So we want to start somewhere what can give us jobs right away.
Right.
So I am not going to put a time to it, but we have to start somewhere.
Definitely.
That's the bottom line. So let's start it. Let me get there, let me win the election, and then I will start right away. I am not going to wait for another 2 years pass by. We need to make sure that we need to do the work right away.
Many people feel that there needs to be a severe reform in terms of education, whether it is in terms of Congressional District 5 or whether it's in the city as well.
City, right.
So let's get your take on this. How do you plan to make the reforms, and what areas do you think needs to what reforms needs to take place in terms of education?
Well, I think the biggest challenge is what we face, that we need to have a direction. You know, I talked about the 30 million jobs out there does not require college education, right? So we have kids who are graduating from high school, and their high school dropped out, right? And they are either going towards drugs, or they're going towards some bad stuff, or they're going and finding an odd job, right? So we need to make sure that when these kids are in college, I mean in high school, we need to give them some seeds that, hey, you know what, as soon as you graduate from high school, if you don't want to go to college, or if the family cannot afford the cost of the college, why don't you go and do this training for 6 months? So we have to start from there, and then make sure that we basically prepare our kids, our students, to go towards certain direction. Now, well, I definitely, when I become a congressman, I want to work with local government. I want to work with the state government, and I want to see what the mayor has in his bucket for the education. I want to work with the state and then make sure that what they have. Now, I want to also bring the funds available from the federal government and make sure that we collaborate everybody together. Now, Congressional District 5 has a lot of issues.
Right.
I have mentioned before that. Why do you think unemployment rate is high? Because we are not paying attention to it. You know, we are not, you know, we have two biggest airport, JFK on our right side or left side, and we have LaGuardia Airport.
Yes.
We have your college, we have St. John's, we have few other colleges nearby. Now, how come we are not? I heard that few months ago your college had a technology program, and they had to shut it down because of the funds. And I actually asked one of my friends to get me more information about it. Now, these are happening all across the board. Now, so we need to make sure that we are vigilant. But here's the thing I want to add. Elected official should not be hiding. Elected officials should be coming and meeting their people.
Right.
Elected officials should be talking to people and asking them what is your needs are. What is that issue you are going through? I go to every location. I go to Richmond Hill for canvassing. I go to Elmont. I go to South Jamaica. I talk to people. Hey, do you know who's your congressman is? They're like, some of them, they know who their congressman is, but they forgot when the last time they saw him. Some of them, they don't even know who their congressman is. Now, congressmen need to, a federal elected official need to come and meet with the people and understand what their needs are.
Hey YouTube fans, I'm Sneha. Thanks so much for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe to watch the latest interviews, ITV's coverage of feature events and digital exclusives. And don't forget that you can get ITV on Time Warner Cablevision and RCN.